and this is a Flosstube. So we're going to talk about cross stitch. I've got a few announcements to start. This is Flosstube number 2, by the way. It's December 1st of 2021. So it's been about a month since I did first Flosstube on this channel. So, and I made up like fancy typed notes and everything so I wouldn't forget stuff. Okay, so first off, the final Hello Kitty pattern is out on my Ko-Fi page. If you don't follow me on social media, or if you haven't been on my other channel stuff, you might not know about those, but I did one for each month and they're themed to like a holiday or the season. So my last one, I'm going to be uploading that today as I upload this, so it will be up by the time this video is up. So I'll put a link down in the description box if you want to check that out, and I'll put a picture up here of what it will look like, and it's a very cute little reindeer costume. So I had fun making those this year, but I have some plans for something different next year. I still want to keep making cross stitch patterns. I want to try to make more cross stitch patterns, and I still want to offer them for free on my Ko-Fi page. It's always appreciated if you want to add a tip or donation. That does help me out with supplies and stuff like that. So always much appreciated. I do have a few people that have been contributing, and it's just awesome, and thank you so much for that. So next year, what am I planning on doing? Video game patterns. Because that's the sort of stuff I like, and there are plenty of video game patterns for certain things. So I'm kind of wanting to target myself towards lesser known video games and older video games. Because, well, let's face it, the 8-bit, 16-bit little sprites are much easier to turn into cross-stitch patterns than this high-resolution fancy stuff. Plus, like, most of the games I play are kind of old. So that's going to be my focus. I'm going to talk probably in each of my Flosstubes about what patterns I'm coming out with each month and like what video game I'm concentrating on. But one of the big ones I'm going to do that's going to cover like the whole year and have pattern releases is for Chrono Cross. So a lot of you probably will have never heard of this and have no idea what I'm talking about. It was a sort of sequel to Chrono Trigger, which came out on the Super Nintendo. Chrono Cross came out on the PlayStation system in 1999, and it's an RPG. Originally came out in Japan, so it's the Japanese style. And it's a really graphically beautiful game, especially for the hardware. It was basically just right before the PlayStation 2 came out, so it was one of the last games that was on the PlayStation. And it was one of the first games that I really ever got to play. I didn't have video game systems when I was younger. I never really got to play a lot of video games until I got to college. And my boyfriend at the time had a PlayStation, and I just played that game a lot. So it was really one of my first introductions to playing video games. So it's still really special to me. But one of the features of this game is it has 45 playable characters. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. So it is a 3D graphics game. So there's like little polygon stuff in the sprites, but the art for like when you went into the menus and things was pixelated. Kind of large pixelated picture, but it was a pixelated picture. So I'm going to put up some of the little character art. So they have like the smaller little kind of portrait style ones, and then they had bigger ones. Put those up here and you can see an example of that. So basically you make it 1-to-1, like 1 pixel is 1 stitch. So the smaller ones are, I think, 63 by 64, which is pretty good size but not enormous. Now the bigger, longer, skinny one is like 64 by like 450. Yeah, they're not small, that's for sure. So I've already been experimenting with turning them into patterns and having some pretty good luck with that. So I'm going to continue working on that and probably release a chunk of them each month, along with some releases from some other games. So part of it is I have a very, very ambitious project. Maybe too ambitious. I don't know. We'll find out when I can't handle it anymore. So there's 45 playable characters. So they each have the little character art, and I want to stitch all of them. Yeah. it's a lot. It's a lot. Not all in one piece, because I just don't even imagine that I could find something that would be a large piece of fabric, very, very, very large, and also very unwieldy to work with, and I just really want to do that. So I'm planning on doing probably 5 at a time, because that's an easily divisible number. So it'll be like in sections of 5. I'm already kind of like splitting them up, how I want to group them together, all this stuff. You probably don't really care that much about that, but yes, it's a big project. It's a very ambitious project, and I will finish it when I'm like 80, probably. Maybe. We'll see. So hopefully that's something I will be able to start up next month, and I'm pretty excited about that. I've always kind of wanted to stitch those, but wasn't sure. I felt, I was like, oh, it's so complicated and they're so big and I don't know how to do it. But now that I've figured out a way to do it and it's not too awfully difficult, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, because I always wanted to do it, and I'm insane. So, yes, it will be my chrono cross stitch project. So that's sort of one of my big things for next year. I probably could have waited till the January video, but I've just been really excited about working on this. And if you have suggestions for stuff that was on like the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, systems like that, maybe a little bit lesser known games that have some cute little sprites or art in them that you would like to stitch, send me a suggestion. I'll take a look at it, definitely, because I have a few that I want to do, but I could always work in a few more there. And oh, I also want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my page, everyone who watched my first video on here. I'm up to almost 50 subscribers. Woo! And I think about almost 150 views on my first video. So that's really exciting, and I'm really just appreciative of the people that have been so supportive of all the stuff I've been doing. It really helps, because it can be hard to find the motivation to keep going, to keep doing something when you feel like nobody cares. It doesn't matter. You're just out into the void and whatever. So yes, we shouldn't always need external validation, but I do need external validation, okay? It's a weakness. I'm working on it. Maybe. Okay, so one thing I didn't do in my first video that I used to do in my other channel, my other Flosstubes, is I would talk about pop culture stuff and stuff I've been watching and reading and all that. But trust me, there's way too much that I watch to talk about in this video without sort of taking over the whole video. So I thought I'd put in a little bit, just a little highlight of one of my favorite things that I watched in the past month. So this last month, and we watched it on the appropriate day, there was a movie that came out called Black Friday, and you probably haven't heard about it, but it is a kind of low budget horror movie set obviously on Black Friday with retail workers, and then there's like aliens and zombies. It's crazy. It's nuts. It has Bruce Campbell in it. It has Devon Sawa. If you were like into teen heartthrobs in the 90s, you probably know who that is. Which he still looks pretty good. It's kind of a ridiculous movie. It's very over the top. If you like other movies that Bruce Campbell has been in, you probably will like it. It reminds me a little bit of Slither, which is another kind of low budget horror movie from a number of years ago with Nathan Fillion, which I recommend. Although you need to have a strong stomach for that one too. It's kind of gross. So that was my favorite highlight from pop culture this month. So it is available to stream just for rent right now. It'll probably be on streaming services later. It just came out. So check it out. All right. It's time to move on to some cross stitching because that's what you're here for. And you're probably being like, can we get on with this? I'm just trying not to like zip through everything. I tend to sort of just like very quickly go through everything, and I feel like you don't really get to know me as well. I'm kind of difficult to get to know, not in person or even in person. Whatever. Okay. So I failed on my plans and goals and stuff for this last month. I got distracted by holiday stitching, which I did some great stuff with that. So it's not like I didn't do anything. But first we're going to talk about some of my stitch alongs. I only worked on 2 of them. I slacked so bad. It's horrible. It's just horrible. So one of the ones I did work on was, so I'm just going to start holding them up and we'll see how that goes. Because, so before I get started, one more aside. If you watch my other channel, you probably see that I didn't put out a video this week. I'm actually taking from this last week to the beginning of the year off from doing videos because I've gotten a little overwhelmed with that, and it's just kind of taken over things and just been a little bit more than I've wanted to deal with. So there won't be any videos on my other channel until January, and then the format is going to kind of shift a little bit because it's just, I like doing the videos every week in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways not. It's a lot of editing, it's, you know, a lot of setup, and then trying to find projects that I can do in a week that are good for filming, and it just sort of takes over everything. And anyway, I'm going to still keep doing the floss tubes once a month, and probably my other channel will go to more once a month, maybe occasionally more often videos. Because it's just a lot. And I feel like I was getting too engulfed in it, too preoccupied with the numbers and all that stuff. And it's hard for me to like step away from it without like stepping away from it. So yes, if you watch my other channel, that's why I won't have videos for a few weeks. I'm fine. I'm trying to reevaluate YouTube, social media, all that stuff, because it gets a little, it can take over your life a little bit and feel like you're just constantly performing for that, and it's just not really where I want to be at. But let's move on to the fun stitching stuff instead of talking about me being annoyed with social media. So that's another thing. I'm not going to be putting in like all the video. I was trying to get really fancy, I will admit. And it was kind of cool, but it's just like a lot of work. And I want to like stitch and craft. And the video stuff is kind of fun, but it's just not what I want to do all the time. Sorry. I'll make this as good as I can. We'll put some pictures in here. I can try to remember to put a picture in what it looked like last time, but I probably won't. We're going bare bones this month. All right? Bare bones. Okay. So this is the Pixel. The pattern is from Pixel Prime, and it's stitched on an 18 count gray Aida with just DMC floss. I changed out some colors, but I can't really remember of the Tetris box. Sorry, can't help you. All right, this one's almost done. It's so great. So let's see. What did I? Oh yeah, Zelda. You can see this is this month's down here. We got Zelda with Ganondorf. I don't know, and a Triforce down here. So it's really cute. There's just one spot left. I'm excited, which that pattern actually came out today, and that's going to be Mario. So I am going to try to, at the very least, get to that one so I can finish this one because I'm really excited to have this one finished. And he's doing another one next year, which I'm totally doing. I mean, my theme for the whole year is video games. I'm trying to do more video game projects, so it just like fits right in. Okay, next up. The Cryptid Sow. This pattern is by the Witchy Stitcher, and it's stitched on a 32 count vintage country mocha linen with the called for DMC floss. So I did do some on this, but I didn't get very far. I think I'm 2 releases behind. So you can see we're halfway, and I did add the jackalope. There will be 2 more patterns over here. But I like the little jackalope. He's so precious. So cute. So this one is coming along, and I'm going to try to get caught up on that. I've just been so into holiday stitching. So into it. So that kind of distracted me a bit from, drop my notes, from doing my stitch alongs and stuff, which I've got some great finishes to show you guys. I'm proud. One of them is really good. Just get there in a minute. Okay. The other 2 things that I worked on, I've got this one. This is a new start as well. This is the Christmas Classics Stitch Along. It's by the patterns by Story Stitches, and it's on a 32 count sky blue linen with the called for DMC floss. So that was one of my goals that I hit. I actually finished the frame for this one. This is the full frame here, and I finished the first little square, which is the Grinch. Isn't he great? And the one next to him will be his dog Max. That one just came out today, so I started a little bit. So I should have this finished for my next video. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is a pin I got from Tea Turtle. So they have they have the best shirts. You can see here the porgs, the Christmas porgs, so cute. So I love getting stuff from them. Shameless plug. Okay. So this next project I've been working on, I've enjoyed working on it. I like it. There are some issues right now surrounding the designer. I don't really want to get into all of that. There are some things that I haven't been too thrilled with, and I probably won't do any more of their patterns, but I don't really want to call someone out or put them on blast or any of that sort of stuff, as it's sort of all in flux. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm just gonna kind of show this one and just not really talk a lot about it till, like, drama. But this is the other Christmas one I've been working on, and it's gonna say Merry Christmas. It's pretty big, and it's got the little lights, and I did the R, which has Rudolph characters, and then the other R is gonna be Home Alone. And I got this really great fabric from Fabric Flair. They do printed fabric, so it's printed. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the camera, but it's printed to look like a gray knit. So I was kind of going for a Christmas sweater sort of look. I thought that would be really fun. But there's a whole, let's not. Just bring the vibe down. I'm not here for it today. So let's move on some really good finishes that I got done, because I had four things this month. Yeah. So one is just a finish, but the other ones are fully finished. Yes. So let's start off with the finish. This pattern is called Want a Piece of Me. It's a pattern by Mama Witch Cross Stitch, and I think she's also Mama Witch X Stitch on Instagram. It's a stitch on a 16 count chalkboard black Aida with the called for DMC floss. Look at him. He is so great. I freaking love him. He's so, his little angry face. His little angry face. I was trying so hard to get this finished. I finished it, what was it? Yesterday. Because I want to finish him. He's so great. So this is kind of what distracted me from working on any of my stitch alongs. Because he's awesome. You can get this in her Facebook group for free. So if you wanna check out her Facebook group, you can get awesome little patterns every month. I love this one. It's probably one of my favorite ones I've stitched lately. It's so great. Okay, now we get to the FFOs, the fully finished objects. So let's see if I can get this one down. My decor here. So this one is from Season of the Stitch, and it's just a 14 count Aida with DMC floss, and I got real fancy and glued some dollar store felt to the back. Yeah. No, I put some. I know people do all this fancy stuff where they like stitch it up and then they do the fancy blanket stitch, and I'm just like, glue. I don't know. It's just like the thought of sitting there and stitching somewhere on the back of a thing that's going to face the wall and no one's going to see it anyway is just like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's up against the wall. No one will know. No one will. And if they're back there peeking, well, that's their problem. So, yeah. So, yeah. They only like me for my legs. I had to get, they just sell theirs as kits. They don't sell the individual patterns, but I had to get that one because that really cracked me up. I was really amused by that, so I had to add him to my collection. See, the other one, I got my December magnet done. This is from the Cross Stitcher magazine, January 2021, and it's just on a 14 count Aida with DMC floss, and this series has been so cute. It's got the little snowman, it's got the birds, like the little houses. Adorable. I'm really excited to have all of these done now. If you didn't watch my old Flosstube channel, I am planning on doing a finish parade probably next month. I'm gonna try to do that in January. So I will show all 12 of these magnets, and I have another set of 12 magnets that I got from an older issue of Cross Stitcher magazine. So I have them kind of like side by side each month. But they've been really cute to do, and I really like doing those. But I'm kind of glad to be done with them because it's like every month, I gotta do the magnet. It's like panic. 2 days before the end of the month. I totally finished that one yesterday too. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so this last one I'm really excited about. So I found this little wooden sled at Target, and it was a wall decoration, just kind of plain wood. So I painted it, I found a pattern to put on it, stitched that, got some trim for it, and now I'm going to show you the fancy finish. Oh, I mean, look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It's so good. It's so cute. I got my little trim on there. The little painted sled. I got a nice brown color, and I put silver on the treads to kind of look metallic. And this is a pattern, the Holly Jolly Santa Sampler from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's stitched on a 14 count vintage country mocha Aida with the called for DMC floss. But I mean, come on. this really makes up for the felt, right? This is like, yeah. Now this is, this is good. I just love it. And I love their patterns. They're so cute. The adorable little Santa and the snowman. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. They had a sale last month and I was like, oh, this is the perfect time. I can pick up a pattern to put on this thing that I got. Because I saw this at Target and I was just like, yes, I must put something on it. It'll be so cool. It was in their like dollar section up for $3. Stickers is all on the back because these things are a pain in the butt to take off and I'm just not gonna bother. It's up against the wall. If you're looking back there, well, I don't know what you're doing. But this is gonna hang up with all my other Christmas cross stitch decorations. And I'm just so proud of him. Now, I probably could have made the border around it a little bit smaller so it wouldn't take up quite so much space, but I was afraid that if I started getting too close to this line and I cut the poster board, the foam core wonky, that you see it. So, it's my first time doing something this fancy, really. This is like my fanciest finish. Other than maybe like making the pillow that I made a while back. Yeah, something like that. So, that is what I've been stitching, and I'm pretty proud of this month. So, how did I do on my plans? Not so great. So, let's see. November. You see, I didn't even erase this because I realized when I was editing, I was like, November. Okay. November sections for Sal's. No. Second Bouville pattern. No. December magnet. Hey, I did something. Start frames for the Christmas Sal's. And heck, I even finished one of the frames, so good on me. Finished Christmas card. No. No. Didn't happen. Sadly, just did not happen. I wish it would have happened, but I don't know. I just got so into doing the Christmas patterns. I was having so much fun doing that. I just did not want to work on other stuff. I'm sorry. I got the Christmas spirit. Yeah, I know it's this thing just does not erase well. Oh, why I get so much junk? Does anybody have better luck with these things? Getting all the stuff off. Need to get a better eraser or something. I should have brought some Windex in here. Oh well. You're seeing the process. It's messy. Okay, so I got some different colors. They're from the Dollar Tree, so we'll see how they work. Okay, let's start. Okay, December plans. Just change our colors as we go. Oh no, not this one. You're not gonna be able to see that. Yellow is out. That's not gonna show up. Okay, anyway. So I want to catch up on Miss Al's. Hopefully, we'll see. Want to finish the last Christmas card. That would be nice. I really meant to get to it this month. I swear. I did stitch one. I just didn't do the other one. Or wait, did I do that one last month? I don't remember. And Derek and I are planning on making an ornament to go on the tree. So we picked out some patterns and I want to try to get that done this month. I mean, I need to because otherwise it won't go on the tree. And I want to finish the story stitches Sal, because that one, all the parts will be out by the time I do my next video. So it's definitely possible. I also got the cryptid ornament patterns from Lola Crow, and I know my limits. There's no way I'm going to be making all of those ornaments. I do want to make one of them, so I want to try to get one done this month. And I'm going to try, but I don't know if this is going to happen. But I want to get 2 of the Boovilles done this month. We'll see. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I swear. Okay, so catch up on Sal's, finish my last Christmas card, make the ornament, finish Story Stitches Sal, make cryptid ornaments, and do 2 Bouville patterns. So what do you think? You want to take bets? Do you think I can get it all done? Do you think I can? I think maybe the Bouville one seems the least likely that's going to happen. The other one's probably. Oh, well, you know, you want to set your goals high so that at least you're trying to achieve as much as you can. And then you get distracted and go off on a tangent and stitch an awesome turkey. I love him. He's just so angry. He's so angry. I stitched his face first. So he's just like judging me the whole time I'm stitching. Just like, are you done yet? What's taking so long? It's just what I'm thinking in my head. So, a little glimpse into there. As frightening as that is. Okay, I think I've gone over everything. I've talked about, patterns I've got coming out, all that good stuff, and thanking everybody for their support, because it really does mean a lot to me, whether you are a subscriber on here or you follow me on Instagram as well, or wherever or if you're someone that I talk to and know and interact with, and I especially appreciate that, because I don't really know a lot of people here locally. So the people that I've met online in recent months it's really meant a lot to me, because I struggle with making friends with people and struggle maintaining friendships with people. It's hard, because I move away, they move away, and then you just don't talk, and yeah. But that is the thing I have loved about the cross-stitching community, Flosstube, all that. Everybody, there's just so many great people that are really supportive, and it's really, really awesome. You watching, you're awesome. I said so. You can't deny it. All right. I hope you have the best day you can. Whatever happens, hopefully it's the best it can be, because not every day is great, but there's a great one around the corner somewhere, I'm sure. All right, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.